We are looking at angles of polygons classwork. We're going to draw a central angle and an interior angle and an exterior angle and then find the measures. Okay, so a central angle should go through the what? We just talked about this with circles. It's through the middle, right? So this would be a central angle. Okay, and this does, in this case, it gives us 90 degrees as my central angle. In this case, an interior angle would be 90 degrees. I'm just going to put IN for interior angle. And our exterior angle would be on the outside. Be this angle right here, that if we extended the bottom here, we could do that. And this happens to be 90 degrees as well for my exterior. Okay? Interior, inside the lines. Central angle goes through the center. And then exterior angles if we extended a line out. Thank you. Make sure you pick these up.
What does it say in the corner?
IN for interior angle, 90 degrees. Okay? All right. For the other side, we're going to draw all the possible diagonals. So, if I go to one corner, there's only one other vertices it doesn't touch, right? Because this touches those two vertices, so I can only draw one more line. It should go straight through the middle to the diagonal, right? There's only one more that it can go to, okay? I can go to another one and draw another diagonal, so there's two diagonals I can make inside that polygon, but only two. Okay, let's talk about how to find a central angle for a pentagon. It's got 5 sides, and we're going to draw in our nice central angle right there. Now, it was pretty easy to figure out that it was 90 degrees for a square. How many degrees is it going to be right here, and how would I figure that out? How many sides does this have? Now, if we were to draw, it has 5 sides, right? If I were to draw a circle around it, I know that all the angles would add up to 360, right? Okay. So, could I do 360 divided by 5? What would that give me? $72 degrees. So that's my central angle. Did we see how that worked? Okay. 72 degrees. My interior angle is going to be how much? So this angle right here does not look the same as that angle right there. How am I going to figure that out? What'd you say? So if I do 360 minus 72, what do I get? I'm going to say that that does not look like 280 degrees to me, does it? 180 minus 72 gives me 108 degrees. And we did 180, right, because we could extend this line right here. And I'm assuming Madeline assumed this angle outside, this exterior angle, would be the same as my central angle. It would be 72 degrees. So for my interior angle, I did N. I did 72 minus 180. We also have another formula we can talk about for this. So if we take the number of sides for our interior angles, we're going to figure out a formula for this. But let's keep going and see if it's something similar. Let's discover it. So we're right over here with our diagonals. Let's look. I can move this over 1, 2, right? I can create 2 from there. How many diagonals can I create from this vertex right here? 2. I can go over 1, 2. How many more can I get from this vertices right here? So I've already have 1, so I can't draw another one there, but I can make 1 to this one. So I have 5 diagonals. Okay, let's look at another one. What shape is this called right here? Hexagon, good. We've got our central angle, and how am I figuring out my central angle right now? 360 divided by how many sides are there? 6. And so what's 360 divided by 6? 6 goes into 36 6 times, right? 6 goes into 0, 0 times. So 60 degrees, that's my central angle. Okay. So let's talk about if my exterior angle is the same, it's also 60 degrees. What's my interior angle going to be? So that's how much? 120. Okay. Let's draw our diagonals for this one. I'm going to look at this vertices right here first. I can't go to the 2 next to it. There's already a line there. But I can draw a line. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go to the next vertices. I'm going to go up. How many lines can I draw from here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to this vertices right here. I've already got 1. How many more can I draw? 1, 2, right? This one has 2. I can draw 1 more. Okay, so there are 9 diagonals here. Okay. Let's look at the next one. How many sides does this one have? Yep. So this is 60 is my central angle. This is 9 diagonals. This is 360 divided by 6. The interior angles is 120. Sorry, I don't know why this is not focusing right. 120. And the exterior is 60. Okay. How many sides does this shape have? Count them. We call that a heptagon. So what is my central angle going to be? We're going to go 360 divided by 7, and we get 51.4 ends up being my central angle. You guys have calculators, right?
I was trying to do it, but then you said it.
Okay, so if my exterior angle is also 51.4 degrees,
Okay, hold on.
what is the interior angle here? 128.6 degrees. Okay. You ready for our diagonals? How many diagonals do you think we're going to have for this one? The first one we had 2, and then we have 5, and then we have 9. So let's count them as we go. I'm going to start with this one right here. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the next diagonal, up. 5, 6, 7, 8. Next diagonal. 9, 10, 11. Next diagonal. 12, 13. Next diagonal. 14. It's really hard to do it if you don't count as you go with the diagonals. The best way to do it if you didn't count while you did it is to trace it in a different color. So use like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. This is a what shape? We've got a square, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon. This is an octagon. How am I going to figure out the central angle? How am I going to figure out the central angle here? Good. 45 degrees is my central angle. And if this is 45 degrees as my exterior, then this is 135 degrees for my interior. We think there's going to be 20. Why do you think there's going to be 20? Because 2 to 5 is we went up 3. 5 to 9 is we went up 4. 9 to 14 we went up 5. So we think there's going to be 20. That's our guess. Let's go as we're going. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Okay, let's turn it over. We're going to kind of flesh out what these formulas are. So we did all these like trial by errors on the front. On the back, we're just going to write them down so we can kind of see the pattern. Okay, so this is pretty much copying from the front to the back. The central angle for if something has 4 sides is how many degrees? 90. You need to put your phones down, guys. Jenny. The measure of one interior angle if it has 4 sides is? The sum of the measures of the interior angles. If we added up all the interior angles for this first one, what would we get? 360, yeah. 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90. Measure of one exterior angle was 90. The sum of the measures of the exterior angles is 360, always. And the number of diagonals is 2. Okay? So do you guys like doing it row by row, or do you want to go down and do the columns? Columns? Okay. 5 was what? What was the measure of a central angle? 72? What was the measure of a central angle for 6? 60? Nope, 72. What was for 7? And what was for 8? Okay, if we called the number of sides n, what would be the formula for finding a central angle? What did we do for all the central angles? We did 360 divided by n. That's your formula, always, to find a central angle. Okay, measure of one interior angle. 4 was 90, what was 5? Interior angle. 180, what was 6? 120, oh, I'm sorry, 108, I might have said 180 out loud, but I meant 108. I flipped that in my brain somehow. Number 7. Number 8. 135. Okay. Now, what you guys did was you took the central angle and so, or the exterior angle, and subtracted it from 180, right? We're just going to change this slightly. We're going to call it n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 times 180 is 360. 360 minus 4 is 90. The n stands for the number of sides. Divided is what I meant to say. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 times 180. This formula right here, I don't know what the central angle is. Okay? Let's say I tell you something has 14 sides. You don't need to figure out you just put it in here. You go 14 minus 2 times 180 divided by 14 and you're done. Okay? It's to make it quicker so you don't have to first figure out the central angle and all of that. Okay. N minus 2 times 180 over n. N stands for the number of sides. Okay. So, for each of these, what we're going to do is times it by the number of sides it has to get the measure of the interior angles. So there's 108 degrees, and there's 5 of them. So 5 times 108 is 540. 120 times 6 is 720. 128.6 times 7 is 900.2. And 135 times 8 is 1,080 degrees. Okay, let's say I didn't know what one interior angle is. 900.2 degrees. If you don't know this, this is awesome. It's almost the exact same formula. You just don't divide it by the number of sides. You just go n minus 2 times 180. That gives you your answer, n minus 2 times 180. Okay, these are nice because central angles and exterior angles are the same. 72 degrees, 60 degrees, 51.4 degrees, and 45 degrees. And all we're doing for this is 360 divided by n. Guess what the sum of the measures of all of these are going to be? 360. Every single one of them. Because it's almost like we drew a circle around it. It's always just going to be 360, so there's no formula. Okay. We know this one was 2. This one was 5, 9, 14, and 20. We want to do just with the number of sides. We know this one went up by 4, 5, 6, so on. Okay? So, the way to do this is n times n minus 3 divided by 2. Number of sides, so let's do like 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay? And then you times it by 5, divide it by 2, and you're going to get your number of angles. Okay? Diagonals. And this is for, each individual. Okay. Yep. This one. N times n minus 3 divided by 2. And this is for 1 vertices, I believe. So this is going to be a little bit different. Like if it has 8 vertices, you'd then have to like times that answer by 8 to get it. I believe that's for 1 vertices. Okay, we're going to do the bottom right here, and then I'm going to make sure you guys know how to do your homework, and then we'll be all done. Okay? Right here, this is going to, how many sides does this shape have? 4. So I know it's going to add up to how many degrees on the inside? 4, the sum of the interior angles is 360. What do those little squares mean? 90. So I know 90 plus 90 plus 142 plus x equals 360. I add all these up, I get 322 plus x equals 360. I subtract 322. X equals 38 degrees. So far, so good? let's look at the one right below it. Okay. If this is x and this has the same arc right here, that's also what? X. That's telling me it's 90. How do I figure out what this angle is in the inside right here? 180 minus 64, that gives me 116. Did 180 minus 64. Okay, the interior angles of this one are going to add up to how much? How many sides are there? So I got 5 sides means it should add up to 540. So I'm going to go x plus 14 plus 116 plus x plus 90 equals 540. So far, so good? So I'm going to add everything together. I get 3x plus 220 equals 540. I subtract 220 from both sides. I get 3x equals 320. I divide both sides by 3. I get x equals 106.7. And that's my answer. Yeah. We're just going to do those two. I'll leave the other two alone. Okay, so your homework. The issue with your homework is you've got to read directions. So let's look at your homework. Making sure we're paying attention to directions here. Okay. These first 10 say find the measure of one interior angle in each polygon. That means for this one I'm going to use n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. What does n stand for again, guys? Number of sides. Okay, the next group says find the measure of one exterior angle. What's the formula for one exterior angle? Yes, 360 divided by n. Okay, turn it over. It says find the interior angle sum for each polygon. It says find the sum. Which equation are you going to use if you're finding the sum of an interior angle? Yes. Are we clear? Okay. 31 and 32 ask for something different. Okay? They're asking for something different. What is the exterior angle sum of a 500 polygon? Is there a regular polygon with an interior angle sum of 9,000? That's just, you're going to take the formula and set it equal to it. Okay. All right, questions? So this is like 180 times n minus 2 equals 9,000. And actually show it to you, what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Got the rest of the hour to work on this? I am going to pass out your test while you're working on it, okay? You're going to want calculators, I'm assuming, all that fun stuff.